In this video, Con and I are going to tell you how to farm a neighborhood in your market with YouTube videos. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but let's talk through it a little bit and let me just kind of explain what we're getting into here. So I know we've talked about this quite a bit, and it's an idea that we've had like probably for a couple of years now. Haven't like executed on it or anything, but I still think
really quickly before you get to the idea part, give context to maybe agents that aren't familiar with the term farming a neighborhood. What does
for sure.
farming a neighborhood actually mean?
So farming is, most agents should understand what farming is, but it's basically focusing on a particular like style of property or neighborhood. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Like, for example, we're in Fort Lauderdale. There's a neighborhood called Victoria Park. If I wanted to farm that neighborhood, if that's where I wanted to do business, it's basically just focusing your effort on an area. It's typically by way of continuously cold calling that area, running. The biggest thing for farming is like mailers. You'd show up in their mailbox a lot, like an 8-week campaign or something like that. Door knocking is another big farming activity. And when you're posting on YouTube, it's like, man, I can't like direct my YouTube video to that door. But in this video, we're going to show you how you can. So let's roll. You just want me to get into it or what?
Yeah, let's do it. This is a great idea. I think it's innovative. And for you modern agents, take note. So
this is a way, we talk about a lot like doing, YouTube is more of a passive thing. You're kind of doing it knowing that it's going to take a little bit of time and it can work in the background until it ends up being like the whole pie, like the whole driver of your business. But in the meantime, how do you get those videos to, how do you push them out into the marketplace and do something actively that's going to get you business? Well, what if you did a neighborhood tour of the same example I used at Victoria Park, and you threw the link of that neighborhood tour onto a QR code, put it onto a door hanger, and then you hit the entire neighborhood with a door hanger? Haven't thought too much about the actual strategy or the copy on the door hanger or what you're saying in the video, but we're making neighborhood tour videos on YouTube, like, or you probably should be if you're on YouTube as a realtor. How can we get somebody that actually lives in that neighborhood to watch that video and know about you?
Yeah, because
put a door hanger on their door.
Yeah, I mean,
it sounds pretty like common sense, but I haven't heard anybody talking about this.
Yeah, I think if, like you said, you're trying to farm a specific neighborhood, not only does this help you stand out and be different, and also it kind of lowers people's sales guards because they don't feel like they have to pick up the phone and call you and sell tomorrow or buy tomorrow. They can simply just go to your YouTube channel, see who you are, watch an entertaining, fun video on the neighborhood they live in that they probably really like.
Yeah.
And then they're in your ecosystem.
Yeah.
And that's the bigger picture. They're in your ecosystem. You have your call to actions. Maybe they subscribe. They know who you are. So.
And what I like too about this, like specifically, is a lot of people think of YouTube as really only like a buyer-focused type of thing.
Yeah.
This strategy is actually really seller-focused. Like you could actually gear that video towards the fact that you know a lot about that neighborhood, and maybe even tying a little bit of a market report to it or something where it's like, hey, 47 homes sold in this neighborhood last year between this and this price. Like you can add all kinds of stuff to this video and get seller leads, and show the seller that, hey, this guy actually knows a lot about my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Maybe I should talk to him. Or at the very least, they may subscribe to the YouTube channel hoping for something else in the future, which again, like Con said, gets them in your ecosystem. So anyway, I thought that was a super cool idea of like farming a neighborhood with YouTube videos, kind of tying in digital and traditional.
Yeah, no, I think it's brilliant, and it could be something as simple as just a QR code on a door hanger, and that right there is how you could legitimately use YouTube, leverage YouTube videos to farm a neighborhood without having to pick up the phone and knock doors in the super humid hot sun and stuff like that. If that's where you're based, you could be
or in the freezing cold like in Ohio.
Yeah, dude, it's cold up there. All right, well, we can wrap this one up. If you guys want to build your business with video alongside other agents doing the same thing, using strategies just like this every single week, check out the link in our description. We launched a community called Digital Real Estate Academy. We'd love for you to check it out and see if it's for you.